What is up, Iwaku? Alright, you guys, we are doing another video you guys have asked us to do, and that is an update on Nick Sonderegger.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm Nick.
Hey, Bob, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Glad you guys found this. It's like definitely a lot of cool.
And this is a very, very interesting case. We're going to give you guys a quick recap. Not only for the new viewers who may be watching this for the very first time, but everybody who watched that very first video, we're also going to recap for you too. Yes, we're going to refresh you.
So in the summer of 2018, we were live streaming a ton, almost every other day, which is how we met Austin and Nick. They showed up one day while we were streaming because they knew where we were at.
Go. I know this guy.
We saw you on the live video. We knew exactly where you were.
Hey.
Didn't mean to scare you.
No, you didn't scare us, man. We thought you guys were gonna put on the show. Hey, how you doing?
I'm Nick.
Hey, Bob, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
If you guys want the details of this story, the link will be in the description. There's way more details there. It tells you the entire overview, guys.
So we left Southern California in August, and we hadn't heard from them in months. The last time we had talked to them was at Slab City, and a viewer notified us that Nick had gone missing.
Yes, that's right. We were actually 3 states away at this time. We were in Utah.
So after the viewer notified us, we texted Austin, who we hadn't talked to in a month, and then we learned what happened to Nick that night.
If we explore with you for a
Of course.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Heck yeah.
What he said happened, it was like September 9th, 2018. It was 2:30 in the morning. They were about to go to bed, and they heard a scream across town.
Austin and Nick were debating on whether or not they should go investigate the scream, and then Austin fell asleep. When he woke up, Nick was gone.
He started searching around. He said he found Nick's flashlight right around the corner from their house. Austin ended up reporting Nick missing, but there's a discrepancy there, and we haven't been able to get any information out of anybody about this. Imperial County Sheriff's Office said that Nick was last seen on the 12th, September 12th. That's actually like 3 days later.
Yeah, that's a 3-day difference.
We don't know what the heck is going on with that.
On September 18th, Austin had gone searching again for Nick, and he had found his shirt and hat in a place he had already looked under the trees just down the street from their place they were living.
Yeah, just right around the corner, actually.
Yeah, and he thought whoever did this was still around, and they had put those belongings there, and he told us to be careful.
Yeah, he was convinced that something bad happened to Nick, that Nick was murdered. That's basically what he said.
Yeah.
He was convinced that Nick was murdered.
And he said he left those findings there for investigators to look at.
According to Austin, the sheriff's department had gone out and found, I think it was 1 boot.
Can't find one.
He needs to find his way out.
Oh, hey, little dog. Come on. Don't be scared.
His pants, a knife sleeve.
Oh snap! It's hardcore.
It's a U.S. Marine.
It's a K-bar, huh? I got that exactly one. Yeah.
Core
I got that one in the
knife.
car.
It was made in China.
Was that one is?
But it's very sharp.
And was there something
No
else?
wallet or keys.
No
Just
wallet
near
or
the water.
keys.
It was over a week ago Saturday night at like 2 a.m. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, he was gone. I found his flashlight a block from home. Then investigators found one of his boots and pants near the water with his knife sleeve and no wallet or keys.
Basically, he's never been seen again, you guys. We went out there, we did a video, link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to us, guys, if you want updates. So hit the bell if you guys want to always be updated on the latest. If we find any more news, we will make a video, you guys.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So we got the whole story out. You guys know the story. Let's just get into all the new information, all the new details we have.
So a lot of people asked us why Austin wasn't in the video, and while we were out there searching, we had tried to text him I think 3 times.
Yeah, a lot of times.
And we did not get an answer. I added him on Snapchat, and then he accepted me, but then he said, "Who's Iwu, which we thought was kind of like strange.
Yeah,
Because we were around him a lot. They were subbed to us, so it was kind of weird. And then I told him who I was, and then we learned a lot new details.
And it was odd because we kept trying to get him to come out there and search with us. And before we left, guys, before we left the Salton Sea, they wanted to hang out all the time. They talked to us. They constantly were texting me and say, "Hey, let's hang out." Now we were just having a really hard time getting to Austin. But before I go on, guys, I gotta make this super duper clear because we're gonna give you guys a lot of information, and it might make some people, you might think, oh, this makes this person look guilty, this makes this person look guilty. We want to make it clear right now that the information information we're giving you is not meant to paint anybody in a negative light.
No.
We're not saying that anybody at all is involved in this at all. We're not saying that at all. We're just going to give you guys the same information that we have. You make your own decisions on what you think. Post them in the comments below. Give us your theories. I want to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, but
okay?
we're definitely not accusing anybody of anything.
Exactly.
And we don't suspect that anyone did anything.
No,
who's involved in
but
this.
we're going to tell you when we think something is weird.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you guys. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys when I think something is weird.
Like, it was a little weird that it was a little hard to get a hold of Austin. It was a little strange.
Yeah, that was like his friend's missing. We just traveled all the way from Utah.
And we told him.
And we told him we were coming from Utah to search, and he disappeared. And we couldn't get a hold of him. We're like, oh, we just came all the way over here to try to search to find Nick, and Austin has disappeared. And we were just like, man, that's just weird. And I'm just gonna say it, Austin, if you're watching this, that was weird, bud. You just disappeared on us. We had no idea what happened, but I'm glad we were able to finally get back in contact with you through Snapchat. One of the theories that Austin said that he was almost positive that something bad happened to Nick. He was convinced that Nick was murdered.
But while I was talking to him on Snapchat, he said one of his theories is that maybe Nick went to Slab City because Nick had talked about running away. Let's check the box down below.
What's up, bro?
Hey guys,
How's it going?
good over here.
All right.
So Austin's grabbing another ice.
Oh, what the heck? Solid ice?
Yeah, these are what we get for our kitties because they last.
Free
they
cats?
stay cold for like
Yeah.
a day and a half, so we just buy one every day.
Hey, good. How you doing?
All right, guys, now detail number 2, we received an email from somebody named Christina. Let's just tell you what she said, guys, and you will see how bizarre this all is, because this interaction we had with her and the information we got,
Doesn't add up.
Yeah, just you'll see.
So the first email we got, it was just like, I think maybe a week after we published the first video on Nick. So she basically said, thank you guys for shedding light on Nick's case. However, we got some facts wrong. And right off the bat, we were like, okay, that's kind of weird because we got our facts directly from Austin, who's a better contact for the facts of what happened that night. She said we had a lot of incorrect information. We would have loved to have been contacted to give you the complete rundown, and that was basically it. So we emailed her back and we were like, okay, well, what did we get wrong? We'd love to correct and make an update video with the correct facts. And she said Austin is not the contact for the sheriffs for updates, etc. They contact him if they have any more questions about that night, which again, we went, I mean, that's going directly to the source that she's saying the sheriffs go to.
Yeah, so
which didn't make sense to me.
Exactly. How could that be a point of contact? How could he say he's not the point of contact when the sheriffs themselves are going to Austin to figure out what happened that night? It makes absolutely no sense to us. We're like, well, we have the guy who was with them. Why are we going to go to somebody else? Who else would be better for that? We replied to her and said, well, we got our information directly from Austin.
The first thing she said we got wrong is that Imperial County Sheriff's has been doing a ton of searching. That's the first thing she said. The second thing is she said the items that were found were his flashlight, shirt, hat, wallet, and both boots, when Austin referred to one boot. And she said the wallet had been found, okay? And it had $38 in it, apparently. Austin specifically said in his text, no wallet.
Yes, no wallet, and only one boot was found. Now, that might seem like a small thing to some, but for us, that was kind of like, okay.
Because you have Austin being super specific, and then you have her being super specific, and both ideas are just like, they totally clash.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make sense. She said the wallet had $38 in it, but Julian, Nick's brother, said we are pretty sure he may have had more, although we don't know for sure. That doesn't make sense to me.
Basically implying that he may have been robbed, I guess.
But then why wouldn't they take the $38?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay.
That doesn't make sense to me again. Next, the hat and shirt were not found in the first initial search, but when they searched again, they found them. Exactly what Austin had told us.
Yes.
So that wasn't anything new. We believe someone could have possibly put them there after. Julian said he could have missed it, but he is pretty confident they were not there before. So who found this? Was it Julian or was it Austin? Austin said he found it, but Christina seems to be saying that Nick's brother found it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting information from 2 different sources here. We don't have any idea who to believe, although I have to say, in Austin's defense, he's never lied to us.
No, he's honest. He's an honest person. Then we emailed her back, and she said she was going to provide more information from Nick's brother, Julian. This is where things get really, really weird. She said where the hat and flashlight were found, which doesn't make sense. Hat and flashlight were both found in separate locations.
Yeah.
Where the hat and flashlight were found is where they found 2 separate imprints of what they believed to be Nick's body. which is really weird. I don't know what an imprint of a body, what do they mean? Like,
what does that mean? Like someone's laying there?
I don't know. I don't know if he was laying there or he was moved due to foul play, but sheriffs as of right now don't think there was any foul play involved.
Yet, didn't she say they went searching with cadaver dogs?
She did.
So why would you go searching with cadaver dogs if you don't believe foul play?
I guess maybe they think, I don't know. They think that doesn't make sense. He died due to an accident out there or something?
And someone moved his body? Yeah, that seems kind of out there. Anyways.
However, most of my family and myself think it might have been by who. We have no clue, but we still have some hope he might be alive.
Christina was going to contact Nick's brother Julian and get all the information for us and show us how we were wrong.
And then she sent us this little map where each item was found, and it references, it's really confusing. It references a single boot.
Just like we were told. Just like we said, that she said we got wrong.
And then on here, you could also see, she's saying this body imprint is where the shirt and flashlight were found, and you can see the shirt and flashlight
are a block away.
They're a block away. They can't be, like, where was he dragged the whole length? I mean, they were found in separate locations. It's a little convoluted. It's all over the board.
But what's interesting, and I want to point out, all this matches up exactly with what Austin told us.
Except the wallet. So another thing we have to mention before we move on about these emails is the fact that she tried to say Austin is with us in San Diego. We actually weren't aware of the fact that you spoke to him, which sounded really odd to me.
Yeah.
I don't think she knew that we were texting Austin back and forth at this time. No,
she said she didn't know. She goes, I didn't know you guys were talking to Austin, and then she said Austin's with us.
Yeah, and this actually confused a lot of people. A lot of people also thought that Austin was now living with Nick's family based on another social media post, and a lot of people were commenting saying, oh, I guess Austin's with Nick's family now.
Yeah, but that's not true.
No, we messaged Austin, and we were like, are you living with these people? Because we thought he might be in a bad living situation, because we have family members he's living with messaging us, telling us everything he said is wrong. He said, no, I see her like maybe once a week or something, and I'm not living with them, I'm living with another friend.
And he even said that he doesn't even really talk to them very much.
No, he says he doesn't talk to her very much.
Yeah, he doesn't talk to her very much. He works for her dad. Okay, this is an important part that we need to touch on now.
Yeah.
Nick and Austin were working with Nick's uncle, okay? When what we found when looking into Nick's uncle, I mean, we haven't been able to verify this because we tried to, but Austin quit talking to us after we asked him about it.
But, I mean, we were kind of trying to, like, warn him.
Charge him up. You guys should charge right on.
They charge you?
Yeah. This is very, very, very sweet of you guys.
It's like
Basically what we found, if it's true, allegedly
Yeah.
found, is information that Nick's uncle had a lengthy criminal record and served time in the penitentiary.
We were talking to Austin. We learned before we knew about the uncle that he's receiving a lot of help now from Nick's uncle.
Yeah, as soon as they were living out there in a tent and a messed up old trailer, it was basically a homeless situation out
Mine
there.
was pretty easy to catch, but freaking Icy, the white one, she's not, so.
On a piece of property, getting no help. Soon as Nick goes missing, somehow, according to Austin, the uncle had bought Austin a new truck. Well, a used truck, but not a new truck. Helped him get a truck, teaching him how to do construction, teaching him how to work, and all this stuff. Which I thought was, I'm just gonna say it, I think that's weird. I thought
that is weird.
The timing is weird.
So now back to the emails. We asked Christina about the second boot, the location, and the wallet that she said were found, and we wanted to know where the items were located so we could go conduct another search. But that was when she stopped answering. And that was
Yes.
it. That was the end of the emails from Nick's cousin.
Yeah, because we were pretty much like, what are you talking about? Everything we said is basically in the map you sent us. And there were some weird things about the questions they had for Austin.
Yeah, she sent us a timeline written by Nick's brother, Julian. And in the questions on the timeline, Julian was referring to himself in third person, which seems really weird. Like, did he really write this outline?
Or was it Christina?
Yeah, it was a little weird, and the questions like made it seem like he didn't talk to Austin at all, which I'm sure Austin and Nick's brother talked soon after he disappeared. It just, the questions didn't make sense. We'll show you guys right now. What time did Nick and Austin get home Saturday? What time did Austin go to sleep last time he saw Nick? What time did Austin wake up Sunday morning and notice Nick was gone? I mean, this sounds like, I don't know, did he not talk to, if he really wrote this, did he not talk to Austin? He just started like writing out a huge amount of questions right away.
Exactly.
And a lot of them, I have to say, they seem kind of accusatory towards Austin, which we asked Christina, are you do you guys suspect Austin? And they're like, no.
Yeah,
not
they said
at all.
no, not at all.
But these questions just seem kind of weird.
Yeah, and then so we told Austin, we texted Austin and said, hey, are you in trouble? Because this sounds like they're trying to accuse you of something.
They're saying that you're living with them.
Exactly, and then we brought up the uncle situation with them, and then he disappeared.
He didn't even read it. He's gone. He's cut off contact, which is similar to what happened after we first released the first video. We were texting back and forth, and he disappeared. As soon as that video was put up, he was gone. That was it until we got this email, and then he was like, what the heck are you talking about?
That's it. We haven't heard from Austin since.
No.
Completely ghosted us.
Get up there, there's a little note.
I was here with you, now gone. You left your heart. I took mine, still broken, given time.
So you guys, now we got a lot of comments that we want to address. Let's get into some of the comments you guys had. Let's do it. You ready?
So some people had commented with a theory that this whole thing was a hoax. It was apparently a way for Nick and Austin to gain views and subscribers, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's like look at his channel. It's gone maybe like his top video has about 2,000 views from this. I mean, don't you think he would be pretty disappointed if this was a whole hoax and he'd come out of hiding, or you think he's like in this for the long haul?
But there's even more to that hoax, because it would have to be that we were in on the hoax. Wouldn't it just be easier to shout his channel out and say, hey, you guys go check out Nick's channel?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, that's the silliest one. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking if that's a hoax, because they had no idea that we were going to come there and do a video. Like Nick and Austin
had no clue, and it seemed like he didn't like the fact we made a video. He disappeared and stopped talking to us as soon as that video was up.
Exactly.
We didn't tell him, hey, we're making a video. We just said, hey, we're out here searching for Nick. You want to come search with us?
And he didn't want to. He didn't show up.
No.
He didn't want to come help us. And
well, he would always say, okay, yeah, maybe this time. Make these plans, but it would never be followed through
on. Definitely not a hoax. They didn't get any subs. He didn't disappear for a hoax. The guy was homeless, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't even active on YouTube at all for a long time.
No.
All his videos are really old.
Yeah, so that it's not a hoax. The whole idea of a hoax is silly.
All right, another comment that you guys said that we agreed with you on. Some people in the live stream chat are so disrespectful. You're right. There was a lot of people who were disrespectful in a lot of our live streams. It's one of the reasons we quit live streaming, among other reasons. But a lot of times we kind of got tired of the people trolling the people we were with.
But yeah, guys, like, I don't think they want to wear the same clothes, so seriously, don't be rude to them, guys.
They were always pretty rude to Austin and Nick, and we'd have to tell them, hey, stop being rude to them.
Yeah, I mean, these guys were basically homeless. I mean, a lot of people don't know because we never really talked about it, but we were helping them. We brought them water. I'm not trying to say this to say, oh, we're such good people.
Yeah.
We honestly liked them. We thought they were nice people. So one thing that made Emma really upset, and I wasn't even aware that it was happening because Emma was always holding the camera.
Yeah, so it was the wire incident. They led us one night while we were live streaming, they led us to an abandoned gas station, and we were in there, we were exploring. They found this wire they wanted to repurpose and reuse it.
We might be able to rig something out of this.
And the chat was just going insane, insulting them. It was just like super dumb because the same people that were freaking out wanted us to go to Slab City, which is where they do nothing but repurpose and reuse an old abandoned Marine Corps barracks. So it doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. The place was gonna get demolished, so I guess it didn't really matter to me if they wanted to reuse a wire from a place that's about to be demolished.
Nick actually apologized to us the next time we hung out with him. Literally, he apologized and said, you know what, guys, I shouldn't have done that. I actually knew the person who owns that, and they're gonna tear it down, and I had permission to actually take the wire. We got a lot of questions asking about Austin. Like, a lot of people have zoomed in on Austin, and why not? He was the last guy to see him alive. He was there. He was living with them. They're like best friends at that point.
So we have a first comment from Glitter. Why didn't you guys make this video together with Austin? He might have had some useful bits of info to work with. I hate to think it, but he might know more than he is sharing.
All right, well, we should first say we were in contact a lot, as much as we could. We wanted to be in more contact with Austin for that exact reason.
We had a lot of questions. We wanted to know the exact locations where things were found. We were hoping he would go out there with us so he could show us so we could properly search the area. He would kind of make plans, sort of, and then it just would never happen. Love You Bobby says, isn't that the knife he had that's on your hip in this video? If so, when did he give it to you?
Well, let's get into that. First of all, I believe we discussed the knife, and you could watch our live streams because we were carrying our knives the entire time in all those live streams. And one day we showed up and Nick had a new knife.
It's hardcore.
It's a U.S. Marine.
It's a K-bar, huh? I got that exactly. I got that one in the
knife.
car.
It was made in China.
Was that one is?
But but it's very sharp.
But it wasn't a real K-bar. His was a fake K-bar made in China, and it had, if you look closely, it had the top was broken off. So mine isn't broken, mine is a real K-bar. So I hope that clears that question up for you. So let's talk about another comment. This one was really weird because in the whole video we didn't mention this, but someone left a comment that just said Julian.
Yes, from Primo Perp.
And another thing we should mention is Julian does drive Nick's truck. We verified that.
And he does stay at the parcel of land there.
He's suddenly living there now.
Now this was a comment from Tatted Boy. Yeah, let's just roam around, not dig up that pile of rocks by the bushes 3 feet high with a stick poking out the top. That couldn't be a grave, could it? No, of course not. Y'all say you deal with this type of crime stories, but you don't even realize that Austin killed him. That's an actual fact. He's talked about it before to someone.
Shake my head.
It doesn't sound credible to me, but I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, it is a weird comment. And yeah, we didn't, you guys, what you see on our video is one day of us being out there. What you don't see, we went out there multiple times searching for Nick.
Con Devil said, or he went swimming while high on and drowned. There are similar stories of this happening.
So this is interesting. This is another detail we heard from Austin, but we cannot verify, guys. So just take this with whatever grain of salt you want. Nick had started using that substance a week before he disappeared.
And that he was acting strange.
Exactly. Now, guys, there was a comments that were like a few people had said, how could we use a sponsorship in our video? Just a few people who had that question because most everybody else realized this, but it cost us, we were all the way in Utah. We had to drive all the way to Vegas and then all the way into California, and we spent nearly, I would say, like $5,000, more than that sponsorship was worth, going there to search for Nick. It would not have happened without the sponsor. It just plainly would not have happened. We could have just taken that money if we just were doing it for the money, and we didn't have to go out there. We could have taken that money, we could have done our video anywhere.
Yeah, we could have done something in Utah, but we wanted to go searching for Nick because we liked Nick. We wanted to try to help find him.
Nick was a good guy. It's okay to have a sponsor that helps you pay for the bills that you're gonna have to pay to go do it. Every show you watch on TV, every single show, they got ads. So you guys, we have one more tip that I want to share with you guys. We were contacted on our Facebook page by somebody, I don't want to mention their name.
No, they want to stay anonymous.
They want to be anonymous because they live in that neighborhood, but they told us that they had heard that Nick was in a building behind his property. There's some abandoned sheds back there, and they said that they really believe that Nick is in there. They've heard that Nick was in there. Not sure if it's true, you guys,
but it's what they've heard from other people who live there.
Exactly. And we hope that clears up. Nick is still missing. If you guys want to go help find him, I know they're still trying to search for him. If you guys are out there at the Salton Sea, make sure you keep looking for him. And that's all we have, you guys. Any updates will be pinned in the top comment.
Yeah, so be sure to let us know what you think in the comments below. Any theories you might have, anything like that, post them in the comments.
Make sure you hit the subscription button. All right, you guys, we're out.